So here he is, man. After so many pushbacks of this mixtape slime season, we got it, the other day. We found out that High Tunes, you dig, is pushback. And we haven't really had nothing from Young Thug since the Barter 6, which in a lot of ways was a lot doper than this project. Now I've heard a lot of people say that a lot of these songs on Slime Season was, old. Of course, the Take Care record, that's old. I heard that. I think it's fair. You know what I mean. But honestly, when you listen to that song, you can tell the difference between both of them. But then again, you can't. I don't know if that was an old Wayne verse or did Thug have the record and sent it to Wayne. Wayne did it. Whoever. Nobody really knows. You dig, but. That record was fair, and then again, record featuring Gucci Man. That song is out right now with a video to it. Other than that, none of these other fucking songs, I heard. The Best Friend record is the newest record to drop. It was a controversial song at best, but I didn't like that shit anyway. He said a lot of crazy shit in that song. Some of the lyrics are suspect as fuck. I was like, okay. Yeah, moving on to Quarterback with Quavo, Offset, and PB Longway. To me, Quavo got the best verse on that shit. And I don't know what it is about the Migos now that Offset not around, but both them niggas Take Off and Quavo basically been killing shit, you know what I mean? But moving on to Rari featuring Young Ralph, that song was hard as fuck. I like that beat. And the melody in that shit was dope. Young Ralph had a solid verse, surprised the fuck out of me. Stunner, that song, he went off on that joint, you know what I mean? It kind of had the elements of a old school type production, if you really get what I'm saying. That song was fair. Best Friend and Power, I didn't like them. Calling Your Name, I love that Ellie Goulding sample, but that song is still up for question. It's alright, but it ain't nothing too special. No Way. This nigga said, I got skinny jeans with a weapon. I was like, what the fuck? This nigga is crazy. That melody and his flow with the little beat was pretty solid, you know what I mean? I could fuck with that record, I guess. Number 9, Mine, that shit was alright. 10, Freaky, that, no, I fuck that. Number 11, I fuck with it though. The background vocals, he know how to turn his voice into an instrument. You know what I mean? I haven't really seen nobody do that shit honestly since Michael Jackson. It's different to be able to pick an instrument and be like, I need this to sound like this, but when you could turn your voice into an instrument itself that sounds dope, yeah, people won't give him credit for that. But Young Thug, he can make some dope songs when he want to. But that song number 11 was dope. Overdosing, I didn't fuck with that. Horrible. Uh, Again, like I said, number 13, I fuck with that. That's all, and you dig what I'm saying? They alright. I guess if you really into that form of the way he does them annoying ass pitches sometime where it just sounds like a fucking person taking their nails and scratching a fucking chalkboard. That shit sounds crazy. But yeah, you could do without him. Drawdown, that beat with the background noise, that was pretty ill. What a sound, I'll put it more correct. The sound was kind of dope. I fuck with that. Woodwood, it was a smooth song. I'll say that. Woodwood has, a smoothness to it, you dig? So I think it has replay value. And Wanna Be Me, it was a good way to close the tape. Actually, I was like, damn, that shit was kind of decent compared to a lot of these other songs, you know what I mean? But I would definitely say that this motherfucking project was way too many songs. It should have been cut to at least 12 songs. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, you should have not put Take Care and again on. It's already there. You already got the streams and listens for. You should have took them off. That brings it to 16. There's a couple songs you could have took off. A good 12 songs would have been fair. You know what I mean? And I thought from the way that they was pronouncing it that it was basically Young Thug and London on the track. London on the track didn't produce every song on this motherfucker, so I was thrown off by that. I don't think this shit was put together well. I think when he first talked about it, he had a good scheme of how he wanted to do it, but too many setbacks and too many pushbacks, certain things didn't happen. It would have been dope if it was every song on here produced by London on the track. You dig? But overall, 11 out of 18 records is cool. You know what I mean? Beats was fair, 7.5 out of 10, and I rated a 7 out of 10. It's not bad, you know. It definitely ain't better than Bar 6, but it has some joints on there. If you really be open minded and take a listen to it, it's fair. But other than that, that's what I thought about Young Thug's Slime Season. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it, and I'm out.